And we get to see Belinda Sharp in action for the first time as far as the NRL pre-season challenge is concerned. And there's money up for grabs in February, with $100,000 being supplied by the NRL for the team that comes out with the most points. And we'll take you through that system. If you're not across it, we're back underway live here in 2023 on Fox League. It's the Warriors to get things underway. And it's Bunty Afoa who will work it out here, met by a handful of Tigers, including Alex Seyfarth, wearing jumper 23, but into the starting side with a late change by Tarsi James coming off the bench for the visitors here today. Many new names, many unfamiliar names in both sides. We'll try and fill you in on their background as the game goes on. Freddie Larsick, though, familiar face at dummy half, as the Warriors take it from their own 30. Jackson Ford, the former Dragon, is just short of the 40 here as he stopped playing it for Larsick. Goes to that right-hand side. Good opening set by the Warriors. Jake Simpkin there to tackle with some help from Justin Matamua for the Tigers. Goes back here for Luke Metcalf, the former Shark, the speedster that he is, getting a chance. Starting side today in the 5/8 role on that right-hand side. Tamaro Martin on the left playing halfback, and he's an exciting prospect, is Luke Metcalf, the 23-year-old.
Yeah, really excited to see what young Metcalf can bring. There's a lot of excitement in the Warriors half. Sean Johnson obviously not there this evening, but Tamaro Martin back there, but Metcalf, he's electric. We've seen that previously. He's been a star for Newtown in recent seasons, biding his time at the Cronulla Sharks, and he's headed across the ditch as we see an offload now to Simpkin.
From the Forbes Ferrari, no less. And Charlie Staines playing in the fullback role. There he is at dummy half. The Tigers come through Brandon Wakeham, a recent addition for the Tigers from the Bulldogs, barely a couple of weeks ago. It'll be good backup value for Tim Sheens in 2023. You would imagine a Simpkin grubbers here. It'll bounce down to Tane Tuapiki, who will bring it back and play a 10 out from the Warriors line.
Yeah, exciting talent. Tuapiki from the Burleigh Bears, exceptional last year in the Queensland Cup competition, as we see an error now from the Warriors and a good start defensively from the Tim Sheens West Tigers. And good to see Tommy Talau as well throughout that previous set. It's been a wretched couple of seasons for Tommy, and there's the error from the Warriors. Metcalf swooped, but Belinda Sharp having none of it. Edward Corsi it was that came up with the error. And the Tigers now with a really good opportunity. Will we see a Tim Sheens attacking scrum play straight off the bat, Warren?
That would really be something, because he's renowned for them, of course. And there's so much hope from Tigers fans in particular. The attack will really be something to watch in 2023 with Benji Marshall and Robbie Farrer, of course, the assistant coaches as well. A short side race.
Here we go.
From the back of the scrum. Handed off to Junior Tupou. A little something there straight away for the Tigers fans. Off the scrum win through the hands of Riley. Comes back here to Seyfarth, working back from a pectoral muscle surgical repair job at the back end of 2022. Here is Uta Ikamanu, speaking of injuries, and that wrist problem, and missed the last couple of months of the season for the Tigers. Simpkin from dummy half comes across to Wakeham. Here is Staines, well met there by Braden Williami, who got up quickly, shut the door on the Tigers fullback, and they take him back just outside the 10. Couple of plays remaining in this set. First chance for the Tigers in attack. Little Benji Marshall look there from Wakeham. Hands go to the left-hand side, put down by Tupou, and the ending didn't really match the build-up.
Yeah, they won't be happy with that, the Tigers. A lot of breakdown in communication, a lot of new combinations, but it's been Justin Matamua, the ball-playing number 13 through the middle. You can see he just doesn't play early enough there to Tristan Riley, who was under pressure straight away. Just needed to hold on to the pass there, Riley, and copies medicine, and Junior Tupou in the end unable to hang on to the footy. The Warriors now, positive defensive start from them. Montoya carries hard, and they look to get out of trouble now through Cossie.
New coaches, of course, here display tonight, watching from the, I guess, nervously from the grandstands. Tim Sheens, good tackle there by Tristan Riley. Former New South Wales rugby Waratah, good solid shot. Ali here will bring it back almost to the 40-metre line as he plays it for Larsick. On his left edge. Back end of the set. See who's doing the kicking honours It's Martin here. We'll just lob one in behind the line, coming across. No play there for Staines. Good set for the Warriors from their own end, and a nice finish by that man who was a breath of fresh air, having got the shot, of course, to take over at fullback last year at the Brisbane Broncos.
Yeah, very exciting to see him playing for the New Zealand Warriors. I thought he was tremendous at times for the Broncos last year when he moved in to that fullback position. There was no surprise that it unlocked their attack, and they went on a great winning streak for a period of time there. Playing in the halves tonight, Martin, just a wonderful ball player, and he's showing great class early in this contest too.
The Tigers roll up their sleeves at their 20, and it's Simpkin met there in a solid tackle. Comes back to Uto Ikamanu, fresh and injury-free. He promises to be anything in the front row. So many good signs from him early after moving from the Eels to the Tigers, but a wretched run with injury last season, with knee issues and, of course, that wrist problem which curtailed his season prematurely. Matamua comes across here to Seyfarth, playing through the middle, as you'd expect, at the halfway line. He'll play it for Simpkin. Comes back to Wakeham, who did well. Not a great pass from Simpkin there. The kick, though, isn't his best. Goes out on the full, but he was done no favours by the poor service from Simpkin at dummy half.
Yeah, just watching young Justin Matamua, a lot of raps coming out of the West Tigers on him, and at the moment he's playing the distributing role. I'd like to see him carry. He's a powerful man, and at the moment, just the back end of that set, they lost their momentum. He had a chance to carry the footy. He opted to pass, and on the back of it, a slow play the ball that put Wakeham under pressure on that final play, but not great execution from Brandon Wakeham. That's come across from the Bulldogs to the Tigers late in pre-season.
Chance for the Warriors, the first time at this end of the field. Good hands by Martin. They keep it going. A chance here for Montoya. Stays inside the sideline. Grabbed there, and Staines drags him down again. That'll be a penalty. A second effort there by the Tigers fullback.
Thought he was one of the best last year for the Warriors, Marcelo Montoya. An opportunity to go across to New Zealand and play. He's had 90 NRL games of experience now, and I thought he was very, very consistent for them.
A new set here underneath the uprights. See all playing it. The 29-year-old getting a chance here.
He's been strong, Arley. Tom Arley looks fit, Warren.
He's close as well, only a metre away as he plays it for Lussick through the hands there of Metcalf. They've hung on to it, but only just. In the end, it was Tauapiki who was able to stop that from hitting the deck and being a knock-on. Here's Ali again. They'll play it here through Lussick. Goes to Metcalf. Cut out ball, good hands. Williami. Montoya had a chance. Not quite a clean passage. Wakeham was there in cover, but you fancy if he takes that pass, he scores in the corner.
Geez, I've come out of the blocks early, put the mock on him. That's gone straight through the gloves from Marcelo Montoya. He was thinking an early try. Nice work from Metcalf. Saw the jam on the outside from Talau, and a lovely lofted ball. Got them on the outside for the attacking raid. Williami's had a nice start to the game.
New season, new players. Nice to know the commentator's curse is still infallible, Mick. 8 minutes in, that's handy for you.
Good start.
Good first touch. Here is the Tigers working it away. Toomuth playing it there. Seyfarth trying to get back to his feet to play it for Simpkin. Comes through Riley taking them on himself. That's encouraging from inside his own territory. Doing some hard yards, rolling up the sleeves. Toomuth here, or rather Matamua trying to get rid of it. He's put it down, though. I mentioned him a couple of times. Been a bright opening from him, but a moment there he would like back. And the Warriors to get possession here in a pretty good attacking position.
Yeah, he's just trying a little hard at the moment, Matamua. First opportunity to impress the new coach, and no doubt spent all summer as that ball playing number 13, and he's just losing his focus at the moment in terms of that power carry that they need at that part of the field to set up the back end of their set. And this time he comes up with an error looking for an unnecessary offload. Here's Edward Cossey again. He's been strong carrying the football.
Lussick with a 6 again call from Belinda Sharp, the referee. Good step there by Viliami Vailea. Broken jaw last year, which cost him plenty of game time, and now through Metcalf. 4 is there. Martin goes wide again. Here's a chance on Montoya. Once again, Wakeham is there in cover, but he steps back on the inside, and Marcelo Montoya opens the scoring for the Warriors.
Yeah, they're really troubling this right-hand side of the Tigers early in the contest. That's twice now that Montoya's had an opportunity to score. The last one just slipped straight through the gloves, and this time Montoya off the left foot, just too strong close to the line, but it's the work on the inside here. Nice work from Metcalf and Afoa, and beautiful ball there from Tamade Martin. A cutout pass right across the face of some of the Warriors players, landing in the lap of Montoya. Look at this. Talau caught infield. So too Scolari, and it was Montoya. Great evasion, beat Wakeham, and gets the footy down, gets the Warriors on the board. A lot to like from the home side early.
As you mentioned, down that left-hand side, they like their chances against that Tigers right edge. Of course, both teams coming off poor defensive seasons once again in 2022. The attack, though, looks pretty sharp for Andrew Webster. 3 games in his NRL coaching career, both times at the Tigers and also the Panthers as a fill-in. And here he is now full-time for the first time in his career, the 41-year-old, and the attack pretty sharp on that left-hand side, with Martin in particular.
Yeah.
Cut out balls and had the Tigers scrambling on both occasions.
Yeah, he's very good at that decision-making on the tail of those set pieces. Tamade Martin, we saw it, and that was why Kevin Walters played him at fullback last year, and already showing his class.
Luke Metcalf drags that one to the left-hand side. It'll stay at 4 points nil, but Marcelo Montoya has the opening try for the Warriors in 2023. Of course, if you can score 5 tries in a game, you get a bonus point. If you make some 5 line breaks or more, you get a bonus point as well. 10 offloads will get you a bonus point in this system, where a win will get you 12 points in the pre-season challenge. 6 points for a draw, none for a loss, and there are the bonus points. 5+ tries, 5 or more line breaks, and 10+ offloads. You can finish up with 15 points total. 9 for a draw potentially. Despite losing, you can pick up a few points depending how many tries. I'll tell you what, if you score 5 tries plus and lose, it might be quite something. We might see a couple of games like that in the pre-season potentially. Penalty here for the Warriors, with the Tigers under pressure once again. Adamua there, who made the error which gave the Warriors possession before that try scored by Montoya. Here's the player penalised there by Belinda Sharp, and the Warriors will come back at the Tigers once again. Take it forward here. They'll begin just inside the 40. Michael Seaall with the carry. The last 5 seasons with the Norths Devils and the Hostplus Cup there in Queensland. As Lussick plays it, here's Bunty Afoa, the skipper tonight for the Warriors. Just outside the 10, tackles remaining in this set of 6. From close range, Metcalf. Martin once again, not a great ball. Williami, great hands. Montoya once again trying to get to the corner. Cleaned up this time, coming across. Tommy Talau was there to stop his progress. Here's Martin, little right foot, left foot step. And shake and bake close to the line. Plays it quickly. Williami, he gives it off to Jackson Ford. And the Warriors are in once again. They're 2 for 2 from inside the 20. And Jackson Ford makes it 8 points to 0.
Yeah, possession's king at this time of the year, and the Tigers will be disappointed. Yardage penalty, and gave the Warriors an opportunity to get straight back down attacking their line. I'm liking what I've seen from Webster and his coaching already, seeing the freedom in which Luke Metcalf and Tamade Martin are able to roam around the field and combine together. And this time it was on the back of a great play, the ball from Tamade Martin, who's had a great start, and Williami, the experience of Braden Williami. And that combination, that Dragons combination with young Ford out on that left edge. And he strolls over untouched. That left edge of the Warriors looking sharp early.
Arrives at the Warriors, of course, Ben Murdoch-Masila headed to the Dragons in 2023. Ford going to New Zealand to link with the Warriors. Good flat ball there from Williami at dummy half after those beautiful hands to not knock on the previous play. And then Ford hitting a hole from close range. Good signs for the Warriors in attack. Worrying signs, I guess, for David Furner, the new defensive coach and assistant coach to Tim Sheens for the Tigers.
Yeah, to play the ball just too quick. It was a great play of the ball from Martin. And Williami summed it up perfectly. But even though they were unable to get back on side, they needed to get some bodies in front. And unfortunately, the Tigers on the try line just didn't get their body in front of Ford. And you have to. You just simply have to. And Metcalf now with a relatively easy conversion. He throws it over, and it's a 10-0 lead early for the Warriors.
They finished in 15th place in 2022. The Tigers, of course, were one worse in 16th, the Wooden Spooners. And their attack last year, the Warriors, they finished in 13th as far as the rankings are concerned, scoring just 17 points per game. Good signs already, given what we've seen here.
Look, I think for the West Tigers fans, I mean, they've got so much class to come back into this side. Amy Coruscant, I mean, obviously, the huge signing of John Bateman in recent weeks, Isaiah Papali'i. There's some big names that aren't playing there tonight. David Klemmer signed over the summer, but at the moment, the young stars, you can just see the difference with the experience in this Warriors side. They've really stepped up early, and the young Tigers, well, they need to go with them.
Ale again with a good carry, playing it at the 20.
He's been good, hasn't he? Ale, he's had a really good start.
Looking at the numbers himself. Speaking of numbers, as we were a moment ago, Lussick again at a dummy half has been keen to get going. If he senses there's a chance there, and the markers are quite on the job. Through the hands there of Michael Seal, keeps it going to Metcalf. He had the defence on that left-hand side under pressure, and Tumeth, who did well to make a legs tackle. And they're just inside the 40-metre line once again. Play it there through Tuapiki, and Metcalf puts it high in the air. Some pressure here on Tupou. Makes the catch, ducks under the advancing Edward Kosi there. And the Tigers trying to work it away now without a mistake, as they made on the previous set, which has seen them pretty much concede back-to-back tries.
You'd imagine that Andrew Webster will give Shaun Johnson, just out of his experience and the respect that, you know, in terms of what he carries at the Warriors, the first opportunity in the halves. But what he wanted from a trial period and from this pre-season tournament was for guys like young Metcalf to put some heat on Johnson, to put some real pressure on. It's been a great start for Metcalf. He's been busy. He's looked after the physicality. He's been looking to run the footy. And a great kick on the end of that last set. Disappointing now. Penalty for the Tigers. But it's been a good start from young Luke Metcalf, getting his opportunity with the Warriors this season.
The Tigers have picked up plenty of metres here on the kick for line as well. Have them on the attack inside the 20. Right from the get-go. Wakeham through Simpkin. Comes to Uta Ikamanu. Lussick went low. He bounced back to his feet for a moment there. I thought he might have had an issue, but he's okay. Simpkin's flat. Goes to Seyfarth. Lussick is there. He's okay. Tough former Rooster. Simpkin. Good hands by Uta Ikamanu. Wakeham keeps it going. Staines for Talau. 17 months out of the top flight. That ACL back in 2021. Didn't play a game at all last season. Staines for Wakeham. Out the back. Matamua's ball goes to ground. Boy, kicking in danger there. Viliami Vailea. It might be play on. Seyfarth comes up with it. And Belinda Sharp wants to check.
I have no try. Just confirming that there's a Tigers player offside, please.
Again, it's Matamua ball playing, and he hasn't found his target through the middle. Wakeham, he goes from right to left, tries to square up a fraction and finds Matamua. Now he just goes the quick catch and pass to try and find Seyfarth, but it just doesn't hit the mark. Now a kick there from Vailea into the head.
Restarting the tackle count. It hits the Tigers player in the head.
Tough one for Brendan Tumeth there, and then you saw Seyfarth was in front.
The other West Tigers player is in front of him and plays at the ball.
Certainly involved quite obviously was
player being in an offside position.
Alex Seyfarth. Tough break there for the Tigers, and also for Brandon Tumeth, who wore it as flush as you'll see. Welcome to 2023, Brandon.
Get that in here. Yeah, at the moment they're looking a little pass happy, the Tigers. going side to side, very lateral, without a lot of direct power running.
Come on.
Not a lot of play the ball speed to move the ball.
Offside. Thanks, Alex.
And in the end, a misdirected pass again leads to an error. Metcalf finds touch up towards the 40-metre line.
They survive that foray from the Tigers inside the red zone, and now they work it back out towards the halfway line. Michael Seal. Plenty of early carries through that middle part of the field. Plenty of four here, dragging defenders with him, including Uta Ikumaru as Lussick jumps to his feet.
Oh, yeah.
Tipping it on there was Metcalf. Goes to Williami. Talau comes up and knocks down Tamare Martin. Play on as far as the referee is concerned. Nothing doing there illegally. Lussick wanted to quick play the ball. Ale goes through the hands to Metcalf. Getting going to that right-hand side. Sifakula will play it there, and now a kick from Metcalf into space. Staines waiting.
Did well.
He showed plenty of poise, didn't he? Could have easily played at that, but let it bounce one more time, and the Tigers will bring it back out to their own 20.
Yeah, unlucky bounce there for young Metcalf, who's been tremendous. Violea charging through on Staines. He did well. Showed great patience, didn't he? And it was enough for the ball to trickle dead. 7 tackle set now for the Tigers. And a penalty, that's going to help too.
That's too early. It's not quick. It's not quick. It's 10 metres. Okay.
Here we are, not quite halfway through this opening half. Plenty of players on each bench, 24 in total.
Next line here, next line.
Each team tonight. You wonder how long it'll be before Andrew Webster, Tim Sheens, respectively, go to their bench and inject some of the young players they have waiting on the pine here tonight at Mount Smart Stadium. The Warriors 10, Tigers 0. Simpkin waits at dummy half. Shows it back on the inside. What's it going to Riley, who's looked as sharp as anybody in the Tigers attacking unit here tonight. Simpkin waits as Tumeth will play it just outside the 10. Goes from Matamua, bypasses Uta Ikamanu. Wakeham stopping on his run, nothing doing on the outside. Riley, a rugby 7-star, and as we said, 4 seasons with the Waratahs and Super Rugby. From Simpkin, Seyfarth still going, stopped only just. The ball came down on the line.
He's confident.
And if he wasn't held, this will be a try.
Yeah, he was confident. It was a power run. And good to see from Seyfarth.
Tackle 4, play the ball. Tackle 4.
Oh, she's called held, Belinda Sharp, the referee, so he's going back to the spot.
Simpkin rubbering. Uta Ikamanu was there coming across. Picky was there, and he forces the ball. It'll be a restart through a goal line dropout by the Warriors. What a run it was before the grubber by Simpkin by Alex Seyfarth.
Yeah. I like Seyfarth. Whenever he's come into the Tigers side, he's been aggressive. He's liked to look for work, and he doesn't shirk the physical stuff. He's been busy again, leading from the front. So too this man, Utu Ikamanu, looks fit, looks set for another great year. Such a wonderful talent.
Fingers crossed for him after injury worries he's had. As Simpkin plays it here, 20 metres out. Staines gets to dummy half through Riley, goes to Tumeth on that left edge. Stopped there by Metcalf, tracking in with him along with Lussick. They've used up 3. Simpkin at first receiver. Seyfarth goes out the back. Wakeham had to wait for it. A kick comes off Martin. Sits up there for Tommy Talau, who cleans it up. Grabbed by Martin. And no restarting of the tackle count. That'll be 4 for the Tigers. Bollet will work it down here within 10. And they have one more. Set deep on that left-hand side. Simpkin from dummy half. A little head fake. Staines, Grubbers, and no look. Just a bit too big.
Tommy Talau hits the fence.
Last thing he wants, given his issues and not having played for 17 months, to collide with the barriers. He's okay. Keen for the ball, though.
Let him stand now.
At the back of his head, though, on the
been impressed with
steel
Staines.
barrier.
Warren, he's been looking to inject himself. He's been busy around the ruck. He's now openly said that he wants to play in that fullback position. He's had to bide his time at Penrith playing on the wing when he's got opportunities. But it's a nice moment. Charlie Staines, that kick just a little long, but good to see him involving himself. Strong carry here through the middle.
Zion Mayu, who takes it down just outside the 30. Big carry. Speaking of men coming off the bench, what a first touch for the forward. Tackle here. Toomuth was there to stop Metcalf. Metcalf got up a little bit dusty. Martin turning it back on the inside. And the Warriors have one more. I'll play it through as Lussick comes across to Martin. Grubbers, a little ricochet coming in. Scolari cleans up for the Tigers. They've absorbed the work, the big meters made by the Warriors, especially the run by Zion Mayu. What a first touch for him.
Yeah, powerful carries come on for Tom Arlo, who's had a wonderful stint to start the game. It's been very impressive, the front row from the Warriors. And what a first touch from Zion Mayu, just charging in behind the ruck. Plenty of ruck speed as we see Asu Kapoa now looking for work.
Up towards the halfway line. Here is Tarsi James, who aimed to start on the side, but Alex Seyfarth given the run-on roll. Switch made by Tim Sheens as both coaches go to their bench. No surprise there. First game of the season in this pre-season challenge coming to you live on Fox League. And the Warriors here get a penalty with the Tigers too high on the tackle.
Yeah, Tuapiki, the Burleigh Bears. Fullback last year, 14 tries in 22 games. Rookie of the year up there in the Queensland Cup competition. Looks very sharp. That time just turning them inside out with footwork. Collected high as Metcalf's kick. Not a long touch finder. And the Tigers again at the back end of this set are going to be under pressure. The Warriors with all the momentum and field position as we see Fainu on now for Matamua, and talking to some of the Tigers senior players in recent weeks, been very impressed with Sione Fainu. His ball playing and his class through the middle. It's been very good, made a real impact since coming across from Manly to the Tigers.
Warriors here. At the 30-metre line, it goes to Martin, comes out the back. Metcalf linking with his halfback. Good tackle there, though, by Tommy Talau. Playing at right centre tonight. May will spend some time as an edge forward in 2023. Tigers got an eye on him to maybe move a couple of players closer to the ruck, given his speed and his size especially. They play it through Metcalf. Martin back on the inside. Lovely ball for good tackle by Charlie Staines. Giving away plenty of size and weights in that particular contest. He hit him with everything.
Yeah, he's asking plenty of questions. Tamade Martin this time accelerating flat on the advantage line down the short side. Bidu Toikamanu. And you're right, brave tackle from Staines. Body in front, now a strong carry. Hit hard from Zion again.
The Tigers fans will be liking this from Charlie Staines. I don't know about Dane Laurie, though, who's in that battle for the fullback role with Charlie Staines. Of course, played a couple of games at fullback for the Panthers in 2022, but the last two games, importantly, the prelim final and the grand final on the wing, and has a premiership ring as a Penrith Panther. Now Riley giving it to Toomuth. Good carry out towards the halfway line. The Concord Burwood Wolves Junior. It's good on that left-hand side of the field. Seyfarth plays it for Simpkin. They go back towards Toomuth once again, but Riley puts up the kick to a Peaky coming forward. A chance there for Tupou. Didn't get a touch. Cossey it is who will work it away. Didn't run in behind a four, so it's play on. And a good carry has them back on the offensive here from inside their own half.
When you talk about opportunities, Toomuth, New South Wales under-19s playing from last year out on that left edge. Well, no Luke Garner this year. Kelma Taulangi's gone over to the Seagulls, and losing Luciano Leilua mid-season last year to the Cowboys. There is some vacancies in the back row for the West Tigers this season, and Toomuth, whilst he's side at the moment trailing by 10 points, he's been terrific early.
Marley, good carry once again. Now Metcalf and Martin at the back again. Williami, Montoya, he wants a double. Dispenses with Charlie this time. Montoya has two. What a carry. Strong finish by Marcelo Montoya.
Well, Shades of Mike Nasivo on James Tedesco, that accelerating down the near touchline and then just whooshka straight over the top of Charlie Staines and put the Forbes Ferrari right back in the garage. Look at this, great ball from Willie Army, who's been great. Bang! Oh, it's been a good start, been a hot start from this left-hand side of the Warriors, and Montoya picks up an early double with a shoulder straight into Charlie Staines. And the Warriors 14-0.
Been a tough opening for Liam Scolari up against Montoya on that right-hand side for the Tigers, but even tougher for Charlie Staines coming across in cover and got run over the top of.
That was tremendous ball playing again. Metcalf and Martin linking together. They've been great. And look at this, whack. Oh. Charlie Staines, welcome to 23.
Well, he had to go high, so close to the line. It was no use making a legs tackle here, so he had to go high. What a bump it was.
Oh, he's enjoying it too, Marcelo Montoya.
It's not even to half-time in game number 1 of 2023. That might be hard to beat for one of the best bumps we'll see in scoring a try.
It's absolutely, yeah. No, he was tremendous, I said last year. 6 tries. Always averaging up around 150 metres, carries the ball hard out of the back end, but he's an underrated finisher, and a chance tonight a couple of times down that left-hand side. He dropped one early that would have disappointed him, but he's nailed his last 2, and take your hat off to Charlie Staines too, putting his body on the line. Body on the line stuff, but Montoya strong, right over the top of him.
We're on the sideline, hooking away again. A miss by Metcalf to the left-hand side. A tough one, that, though. 12 remaining, and there's opening half. That man, Marcelo Montoya. It's a double in this first 40, and the Warriors lead the Tigers 14 points to 0. Warren Smith, along with Mick Ennis, bringing you all the action of this pre-season challenge opener. The Tigers on the road, the Warriors at home after all the time they've spent away from home over the past 3 seasons. They made their return in the second half of the 2022 campaign to Auckland. They'll be back, fingers crossed, for the full season this year. Mare Martin, catch off the kickoff, hands it off there to Montoya, the man of the moment.
There's a real comfortable purpose about the Warriors. They look like they've really settled into Andrew Webster's game plan. They all know their roles and they're running hard doing so. The Tigers at the moment, well, they've looked anything but that. They've looked really clunky, missing some stars in key positions. We understand that tonight, but their attack, particularly in this first half, has looked anything but fluent.
There is the captain, Bunty Afua. Experienced Warrior in the lineup tonight, all 24 players. Tuapiki.
Been good, Tuapiki. He's been busy and dangerous.
He gets a chance in open space. Boy, he is something to watch. A real speedster, as he showed the last couple of years with the Burleigh Bears. Kick goes down to Junior Tupou. Brings it forward. Both the front rowers for the Warriors still out there, both Ale and also Four. Tupou will play it. Still inside the Tigers 20. Deep ball here. Pressure on Tommy Talau coming in for a carry, but he does well. He'll play it for Wakeham. Just beyond the red stripe. Goes through Riley. His left-hand side. Good hands there. And back edge by Asu Kapoa. Boy, he's big and strong. Asu Kapoa to begin this 2023 campaign. I thought it was one of the middle forwards for a moment.
Big and strong, isn't he?
James to play it. Oh, that's forward pass there to Seyfarth, and yes, the touch judge on their game early.
Middle, yep.
Pass there from
Ben Farr out of
Kara.
Yeah.
On.
Fresh on the field, taking out from Simpkin at dummy half, and that one, no doubt, a long way forward.
Yeah, overrunning that. No doubt about that, Seyfarth. And again, another error from the Tigers, and completion rate starting to fall away. 10-minute period now as we head into half-time. You can see that look just 58%. They'll be really disappointed with that. Another opportunity. Just keep an eye on Luke Metcalf's movements here and how he swings from that right-hand side of the field over to the left to link up with Tamade Martin. and the combination has looked extremely dangerous early.
Jacob Laban is on the field. He's playing it there for a 4. Here is Metcalf doing exactly that, Nick. Getting to the outside there of Bunty. He'll play it just outside the 10. Lussick goes with the hands of Ale, then Martin to a peaky, tapped on by Violea. Tough one for Kossi to go back and then stay in the field of play, but he managed to do that. No, he didn't. He put a stud on the line. Touch judge right on the spot. So a rare mistake by the Warriors at this end of the field. They've been pretty sharp with the ball up until this moment. Just see once again, just there.
Yeah, good work from the officials, and Tigers breathed a sigh of relief because it was on. There was space on that outside. Had Kossi have been able to hang on to the footy. It was a tough pass. The bat on. Unable to direct it as Fainu now for the Tigers. Leg speed into the carry.
The 4 Fainu brothers, of course, all of them at one stage with the Manly Sea Eagles. So coming across, big middle forward.
Yeah, tremendous. A number of years ago, representing New South Wales in their under-19s team. Outstanding, played 80 minutes in the front rows. Got a huge engine on him, but it's his ball playing and his class through the middle that can really make him a smoky for the West Tigers side this year to make his debut.
Well, carried there by Kapoa on the previous play, and now the Tigers from just outside the Warriors 30. Slow play the ball as Jackson Ford locks up the ball. Wakeham to the line. He brings Tony Sukar with him. He'll play it here just outside the 20. Short side, last play. Wakeham chipping it back towards the uprights to a pick. He gets there, makes a good catch. Watch him move. He really can get across the turf. Wrapped up there eventually by Tristan Riley, but he's a great dancer with the ball.
Yeah, getting the back end of the set for the Tigers, not a great one. Slow motion stuff with some middle forwards ball playing, and then a poor kick from Brandon Wakeham. And Tuapuki, who has been electric at the back, he was all over it. All over it. Footwork, speed, athleticism, carving them through the middle. And now a penalty, another penalty, yardage penalty this time for the Warriors, and an easy exit out of their half. Great kick here from Metcalf, 40 metres upfield.
Two-try winger as well, Marcelo Montoya with that carry.
What about that?
The Tigers under pressure.
What about that try from Montoya? We'll be seeing plenty of that.
It's one of the bumps of the season. I know it's a big call. It'll finish in the top 3. Wait and see what Micah Seetho himself can come up with. And a couple of others.
He would have enjoyed that, Micah.
Some barnstorming wingers in the NRL. Flat pass there, maybe more than flat it was from Sifakula. And up in the hands of Mayu. Quite correctly called forward. Just watch this one again. It's inside the 20. Just forward out of the hands there. Good call once again by the sideline official. And the Tigers breathe a sigh of relief, trying to get to the sheds at no worse than 14 points down.
And I think that'll be the message from Andrew Webster at half-time. We're starting to get bored. We're starting to fall away from what we set out to do, and that was in those early stages. Their completion rate was around 80%. They weren't making yardage errors. And now they're just trying to fancy things up a fraction and coming up with a few errors in collision. Those combinations not there yet so early in the season. Good strong carry here from Tupou. He looks likely again this season. He's a great young prospect for the Tigers.
Cairo, as he gives it off to Charlie Staines, almost back at the halfway line. Midway through this set, come to the right-hand side where it goes to Wakeham. Good ball. Suka runs towards Tuapiki, who makes a terrific legs tackle. Try saver right there. Here come the Tigers, though. In jumper 22, they take it forward. And now it comes back here for Sione Fainu, stopped there by Mayu for the Warriors, within range of the line. Now the Cowra Grubbers touched by the Warriors. 6 again with Wakeham coming up with it for West. There's the call of 0 tackle. The Cowra being forced backwards. Almost lost the ball there in the tackle of Jackson Ford, but as they were secure it, go backwards. Comes out here once again. Take it forward. Bola is there. Close where they get 4 in the tackle to drive him backwards, including Tamare Martin and also Tuapiki. And Natakara goes through the hands there of Fainu. Nothing doing in this left-hand side. Tumith well contained. They come back to the middle. Fainu once again trying to put a bump there through the middle.
Hey, let him up, let him up. Give space. Go 4.
And Natakara. Iana Bolle. Has he gone close? He has indeed.
Grant, the last tackle. I've got no try. Just confirm that the ball's short of the line, please.
Yeah, well, plenty of forwards touching the ball during that set close to the line. Fainu, he tried a number of times, and it's the footwork this time and the body position of Bolle who gets low. He's powerful, driving the legs. Does he get there? Belinda Sharp said no, he was short. Hard to tell otherwise on that angle.
Given what we saw, no suggestion, I don't think, that the ball got to the chalk. So if this one here shows anything different, but it might be obscured by the tangle of bodies.
Awfully close, isn't it?
West Tigers player maintains possession, and based on all available angles, is short of the line. We have a decision.
Nice quick call. The bunker tonight. We'll see plenty of that in 2023.
That would be nice for it. It's been a good start.
Not going to hold my breath up. Robbie Farrow in the blue shirt for the Tigers, part of the coaching setup now. Tim Sheen's in charge for this season and next before, as he describes it, the Marshall era begins in 2025, and he freely talks about Benji taking over in 2025 and talks about players coming through who will be in the junior system, who will hit the scene in the NRL top 30 squad potentially from the Tigers juniors as the Marshall era begins in a couple of years' time. Fanua Bolle will play it here, and the Tigers have one more. He wasn't held up in goal, so he will play it from just short of the goal line itself. Natakara, long looping pass. Riley Grubbers off the legs again. Race now for the ball. He wins that race, and it will be 6 once again. A new set for the Tigers. Third consecutive set from inside the 20. Put it through the hands of Fainu. Darcy James will play it here. Set on this right-hand side. Fainu for Wakeham. Stain showing his speed. Runs towards Amare Martin, who had his hands full there. Did well with some help. Scolari from dummy half. Fires it back to Tommy Talau. Not much happening there, but he's strong. Bumps off a couple. Now comes back to Bolle doing the stepping once again. Wrapped up by Suvalangi, and he put it down.
Yeah, it looks like Fanua Bolle has moved himself into the middle. Powerful, good footwork, gets himself in between the defenders. And you've just got to bring the ball up. You can't just place it on the ground. And that was enough for Belinda Sharp. That was an easy one for her. He knows it. And then again, the pressure gauge just released on the Warriors' defensive line.
Thanks, Charlie. Right in. Right in. Hook off.
Too keen for a quick one there was Bolle, and gives the Warriors a chance with just under 3 minutes remaining. Something on here from inside their own territory. 14 points to nil. They're playing with house money at the moment as Ford plays it. Jumping out of dummy half, Paul Roach. Nathaniel Roach, of course, former Warrior. Goes again. Dummy half. Now Alley, a good carry and an offload. Comes back here to Metcalf, who's right, he's left, he's through the middle looking for a chance, just like that. He took to the line again, another forward pass, a couple in a row at this end in similar field position by the Warriors. This one by Tamare Martin.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. Tamare Martin, he's had some wonderful touches in this first half. It just holds up the pass too long and just couldn't resist the line there from big Zion Mayu, who's big, athletic and powerful. He's brought a huge impact to this Warriors side and just overran the pass, and Martin need to be more disciplined there and just take the tackle. He didn't do that in the turnover now. Look at the size of him. He's powerful, isn't he?
Huge. Plays at 10 short of the halfway line. Tigers with perhaps this one last set before the break. Tries so far to the Warriors, all three of them, two to Marcelo Montoya, one to Jackson Ford. And the left edge have had a field day against this Tigers right-hand side defensively. Sukkar will play it. Carry from him, chiming in off a nice ball from Wakeham not that long ago. Tarsi James stopped there by Roach underneath. Counter comes through this left-hand side. We'll have one more here as 60 seconds remain in this opening half. Cook Island are a dummy half. Played a couple of games for the Cook Islands in the World Cup last year. Natakara. Kick here from Wakeham. Montoya under pressure. Scolari's a noted leaper. He comes down with it here, but he's wrapped up just as quickly. And the Warriors have survived, and they should have a 14-0 lead at halftime.
He just snuck on the outside there of Williami, who was trying to block the run. He did well, Scolari, and got into a one-on-one contest with Montoya. Came down with the ball. You're right, it was a great take from Scolari. Some nice touches again in that set as Montoya driven back hard from young Tristan Riley, who's shown some promising signs for the Tigers.
Maybe for one more play here as Kossi comes in for a trademark tough carry from his own end. So it won't sound as yet, so they will get one more as Metcalf kicks towards the corner. Coming across, Staines. They'll be in no hurry to bring this back, especially seeing as it's bounced all the way to that northern end of the stadium, which has had a bit of work done after a concert in recent times. And it's all the Warriors at home. Not a massive crowd, as you would expect. Game number one in the pre-season challenge, but those who've made the effort to turn up Mount Smart tonight, they like what they see so far from the home side. At the break, they lead the Tigers 14 points to nil.